The Bible Treasury. A monthly magazine of papers on scriptural subjects. Article 8, 2nd edition. Volume 1, September 1857. Addendum 2, reissued in 1868. Extracts from Correspondence. First edition, October, 01 1856 84, 01:350. Overflow of the banks of Jordan. The passage in Joshua 3 verse 15, referred to in a proposed query in which it is said, that Jordan overflows all its banks all the time of harvest, is a mistranslation. The Hebrew word mala, rendered in our authorized version, overflows, has no such meaning, but signifies fills, and ought to have been so translated, Jordan fills all its banks, etc. That is, it runs with its banks brimful during that season of the year, which is in accordance with its present state, as observed by travelers. The righteous dead raised. For understanding Revelation 20 verse 4, in its literal and obvious meaning, we possess a divine warrant which ought to cut short all controversy on the subject. In Revelation 11 verses 17 and 18, the same great events are particularly spoken of in language, the literality of which cannot be doubted. From this passage we, moreover, learn, that the martyrs are not exclusively the subjects of the first resurrection, but that all the righteous dead partake therein. We give thee thanks, O Lord God Almighty, which art, and wast, and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great. That this takes place at the commencement of the millennial period, is clear from Revelation 11 verse 15. 01:351. The calling of the disciples. There is no discrepancy between what John relates, John 1 verses 35 to 42, respecting Andrew and Simon following Jesus at Jordan, and the account given by the other evangelists of their being called at the Sea of Galilee. John describes the first interview which those two disciples had with Jesus, but says nothing regarding their subsequent call at the Sea of Galilee. That Andrew and Simon, after this interview with Jesus, returned to their occupation as fishermen, is very evident from Luke's narrative. Luke 5 verses 1 to 11,